it's Honest John again. Now, we human beings lead very much different lives than our ancestors did. We've come a long way from those primitive times. We once lived in caves or led nomadic existences in small groups or tribes. Food was often very hard to get. We depended on wild berries, fruits, and nuts. We didn't grow our food, we found it. And we hunted. And hunting was often difficult and sometimes risky. Sometimes animals got away. Sometimes the animals that we hunted wound up killing and eating us. And so human beings evolved ways to cope with food shortages. Our bodies are very efficient, for example, at storing fat, which was necessary for our survival. Fast forward a few thousand years, and though we still tend to think pretty tribally, very few of us live in actual tribes. We live in cities and towns. And even though there are still people who live very difficult lives with food shortages, for the most part, there's plenty of food. Farmers have become very good at growing food, and the mechanism to get it from the farm to the market are very efficient. So even though there are people who are poor and people in certain countries that are still experiencing very difficult times as far as getting food, for the most part, there's enough food around. But over the years, our diets have changed. When I grew up in the 1950s, we got our food at the grocery store. And though we did eat plenty of meat, we also ate plenty of fruits, grains, beans, and vegetables. And soda and sugary drinks were an occasional treat, not a main staple of our diet. And also when I was a kid, we went outside and played, which meant that we ran around, we played sports, we rode our bikes. Exercise came naturally to us as breathing. But then a new phenomenon occurred. The fast food restaurant. The food tasted good, it was very cheap, and now has become an integral part of the American diet. And instead of drinking water, we consume thousands, hundreds of thousands of gallons of soda and sugary drinks. And children sit on their couches and play video games. As a result, here in America, we have a crisis of obesity. I'm not going to get into all the facts and figures about it, but the U.S. military has said that the number of young people who are overweight has become a threat to our national security. And as the fast food business has spread across the world, so has the obesity crisis. Europe, Asia, anywhere where you can find a McDonald's or a KFC are seeing rising rates of obesity in their children. And here is the great irony of all that. Food is much easier to come by, but it's not good, healthy food. It tastes good, but it's gradually killing us. And fast food is spreading across the world like a plague. And like a plague, it's becoming more and more deadly. Thanks for listening. Well, I want to thank you all for watching my videos. But there are certain changes that Google has made to YouTube, which, since I'm a smaller channel, means that I can't monetize my videos. So I found places where I can. So instead of watching my videos here on YouTube, I'd appreciate it if you go either to Patreon or to Top Buzz. They let me monetize videos, and I don't even have to put commercials on. So, if you want to become a patron on Patreon, that's fine. If you don't, you can still watch the videos there. I've just kind of given up on YouTube. YouTube is just a place that I use so that I can put my videos in other places. So, Patreon, Top Buzz, the links are in the description box. Thanks a lot.